So, hey, Michael, how are you today? Let's welcome to another episode of What I Learned Today. We have a special guest today, Kayla. Say hi, Kayla.
Hi.
And Mike, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Well, um, I learned some things today, but I wanted to get a different perspective, from you as well as Kayla, um, about the butt hurtness that happens in relationships when things go wrong. Um, the first butt hurtness is like when a guy does something, they want to automatically move on from it, get over it. Let's move forward, let's get over it. Especially when this comes down to cheating, and the guy's like, I'm sorry. Why can't you accept my apology? Just move on. But when a female does it, when his wife, girlfriend, whatever does it, it's like she is the dragon lady from hell. She'll never, never be trusted. Like there's no moving forward with a guy. Why is that?
I
Mike?
mean, you know what the common thing that said is that men can cheat and not have emotions, whereas usually if a woman cheated, it's been already brewing. Y'all, I mean, maybe in our early 20s, some women was just loose out here, just promiscuous, just with whoever, whenever, day in, day out, one night standish. But usually, if it's cheating, it's been going on. Like it's been building towards the act. And I mean, even just
That's not true.
really, I mean, I don't know because everybody different.
That's not
Like
true
some people
because
would say
women can have one night stands. Women can have emotionless
you're
activations
not
with
supposed to
their
do it
life
in a
partner.
relationship though. You're not supposed to do it in a
Yeah,
relationship.
and nobody's supposed to do it in a relationship, but it happens, and more solely when it happens, the guy it's like the end of the world for him. But with a female, we're supposed to get over it. We're supposed to move past it because he's sorry now. But
Says who?
a
Who
woman's
said that?
sorry.
Who
That's
said
just
that?
they are. That's just how y'all is. That's
That's
how y'all is.
well, this ain't me, but okay.
I'm just saying, like most men are super butthurt and behind that infidelity. It's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to be faithful and monogamous, but when it does happen, why are men expected to linger on for the rest of your life? But women are supposed to just get over it and move on. When you cheated
I don't
on
know that.
whoever it was you cheated on, were you cheating on them to get away? Or were you, you just slipped and fell into something and you wanted to still stay with them? Like what was your after story? Like how did that happen? Not the act, but I'm saying like did you apologize and want to still be with her?
My personal situation.
Yeah.
I mean, off wax, I had said, me. It was basically after my relationships were done. Like after I cheated, those relationships didn't last no longer than like 2 weeks,
Why?
and they were filled. I mean, but they were already that way. They were already filled with distance. They were already dealt with uh you know way less communication. They were. I don't operate where um I keep on messing with somebody sexually. Usually, you can tell when I'm pulling away. If I ain't trying to do the nasty with you, or be chilling with you all cuddled up and all that, you should be worried.
But why not just leave them?
I mean, that's what happened.
I'm saying like if you cheated on them because you already felt that this was happening, why not just leave them?
I don't know. I can't. I
Why let
can't.
it linger for 2 weeks?
39-year-old me can't speak to 20. You know what I mean? Like I'm way more mature now.
I
Like where
understand
I do just
you
be,
went through
I
it.
do be trying to, I do be letting people go. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, go ahead, make that decision. All right, bye. You know what I mean? But back then, no, it was just, yeah, we beefed out, we argued, we fell out, we ain't talked in 3 days, this and that. So then I did whatever, and usually it'd be with another ex. So basically, I'm about to have a new ex, and I'm messing with this ex, and then they both gone
That's
after that.
messy. That's too messy. Way too messy. I mean, like Caleb, in a situation of you having a female standpoint, you are in a relationship, and for whatever reason, you step out on that relationship. Um, did you confess it or was you caught?
I did not confess it, nor was I caught because I'm spectacular.
Oh,
Spectacular, everything you do. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Mm-hmm.
But um, no, and I still haven't confessed it to this day. And I won't to him.
Ever.
Um, because as Mike just said, just to harp on his thing, because men can do it without emotions, and women always tie their emotions into it.
Supposedly.
Throw that out the window because I guess part of it is true. My emotions were very invested in the situation, but my emotions were not to the person that I was cheating with. They were on the person that I was already in a relationship with. And so my emotions were like, no, make him feel how you're feeling. Make him regret everything he's done. I had no emotions with the person I laid down with. I did it and I did it again. And I think the thing went on for months and there was never an emotion. There was no detachment that needed to happen. When it was done, it was done. Wipe my
So was
hands
it
and
like a revenge thing?
done. It was 100%
A
a
silent
revenge thing.
revenge.
Yeah,
Now, I think that is a good topic because most women they do have silent revenges.
yeah.
Men don't know how to have silent revenges.
Mm-mm.
I think
that's not
it
true.
I think it's something about them that wants people to know that, well, I have choices. I have options.
No, that's not true. That's
And
not true for all of us.
I'm not saying all zillion men out there. I'm saying most men can't keep it in.
They
They're
keep
either
it
gonna tell
one.
their homeboy, or their homeboy gonna tell their homegirl, or their girlfriend, and that girlfriend's gonna tell her. They can't keep it in. They can't silent that that little voice in them that says, look, I did this and she don't even know, or look, I did this and I got away with it. Because you don't usually get away with it. Not men. Women, we are like ninjas when it comes down to cheating. Like it's more nobody knows.
Yeah, not one human.
Nobody knows.
Because if someone's gonna know, they're gonna tell,
Yeah.
and in turn, that secret that you're trying to keep is no longer a secret. So I'm
Mm-mm.
gonna just keep it to myself. But men, they either tell because they're more
Or you
chatterboxy
can
than
see
they
it.
think that they are, or you find out because they weren't attempting to hide it
Hmm.
in any way. So then you find it out, whether it be a visual thing as far as you're finding it in the phone, or you're seeing it on his drawers because you do his damn laundry,
Hello.
or
He on
it's
his
Wait,
phone.
what?
Weird
an
about it.
emotional change.
In his drawers. What do you see in his drawers?
She's washing his drawers.
Wash the
No, I'm
drawers,
saying, but
and
okay.
I mean, guys,
And how
I'm not
how
saying
how
that
do you
women
know that
are
much?
more emotionally cheaters, but men are the ones that are like always on their phone and being real weird and they're not inconspicuous at all. They're like, oh huh, what? Let me see your phone. No, what you need to see my phone for? Give me your passcode. No, what you need to women, here you go. Because
That's
they know
not
how
true.
they know how to block people. They know how to delete things. They know how to
and
not
I'm
have any trail.
too.
Whenever you want to. When I feel like talking to you, I'll unblock you. But until then, you're blocked. But men, it's
That's
like
not
they
true.
gotta keep it. They gotta keep it available just in case they want to go back to it every now
They
and
got to
then.
keep up with that good morning gorgeous text,
Yeah.
and so they can't block
So
you.
how is that men not being an emotional cheaters like that? That's
That's not true. That's just not true.
how. Explain, Michael.
I just got done like having this conversation the other day, and not to this extent, but no, I mean I done been like with women that I didn't even know they had boyfriends, and then next thing you know, Oh yeah, I know you sleep. Like, bro, hit my phone up. How he got my number? Oh, because she left something in her phone. Oh yeah, I know you cheating on me. You still love Michael. And then I catch wind of it. Why? Because she left it in her phone. She didn't delete them. Like, no, I don't. I disagree
Well,
with
she's
that.
not
But
a
I mean,
ninja then. Not all women are built for it.
It's that
no,
one
I mean,
borderline
I
wanting
think, I
wanting
think we,
Right, wanting that drama. Some
I
women
think
like
we,
that kind of stuff.
I think we stereotyping.
We might
Kind of
be.
on both, kind of on both sides.
There is some
Like,
stigmas behind how men keep their business to themselves and how they can. Same thing goes with women. I'm not saying this as an attack to men because there are
no,
some women out there that are brutal in their emotions and they don't care what you're doing. And then there's just women that want you to know that they did this because they want you to know they got options. Or they just dirty nasty. There's men out there with some dirty dingalings. There is a lot of things that happen in relationships that nobody knows about except them two people. And so when they decide to step out on one another, the reasons are their own. Either they're feeling like you said, their relationship's coming to an end, and you just meet up with somebody, and that's what ends up happening. It all comes down to your self control. But that's not the topic about cheating, who's the better cheater. It's the aftermath that we're talking about. Why is it okay for men to want to get over their discrepancies, but never let it go for a woman? Like I was always heard told this when I was younger. Once a man's heart is broke, it can never be repaired. It's always going to be broke. He's always going to have a problem. He's never going to ever love as strongly as he loved and got his heart broke then. Can you contest to that, Mike?
um, I mean, yeah, but that's anybody.
I'm just saying, but it's more so with men because women get over it, move on when they want to
in their own way.
in their own way. But men, it's like, boy, he's gonna be on your location. He ain't ever gonna trust you. And that's even if he wants to stay with you. Once he finds out that somebody else done been where he been, it's a wrap. You can call off the wedding, you can call off the engagement, you can call off you finna move out, you gotta get out my house. You and your kids,
That's,
get out.
that's
And they
because of
half mine. But I don't care.
that's
You
because
gotta get out.
that's because of our nature. We are conquerors. We don't like nobody to not know. We don't want no other man to come into anything that we doing.
So how do you think the women want any women to come in today what they're doing?
I mean, I'm not saying that y'all don't want that because okay. So my last relationship, um, she was thinking that I was cheating. So I can feel a change. Like you could tell when the tone is different, and it's like okay. So I'm like, hey, you talking to somebody? And she was just straight up like, yeah, it's this one guy. He done said this and that to me, and I had met him the last time we broke up. So basically, whatever she wanted to get from me, because you know all of the stuff I went through. I don't know.
Right,
I don't really want to speak to it on this pod, but I
right,
went through a lot with her. Like basically with her aggressing at me, family getting at me, involving police and all types of stuff. And I didn't do nothing. I'm not a beater. I'm not none of that stuff. But that's just the type of woman she is. So I had to deal with those things as a result. And in turn, it turned me down from the volume I was at as far as showing how much I care and being bubbly and all that all the time with her. You know what I mean? Like it killed that. So because I told her, I'm like, and I told her before, I said, there's you're gonna have to really work to get me back to where I was with you because every time I kind of let my guard down, you throw a blow. So I became distant. I did. And I guess she was seeking that same type of energy or that, you know how it is when you
mm,
talking to somebody, it's kind of new, it's fresh, and it's, oh, ha, ha, he. That's what she wants to be stuck at, as
mm-hmm.
opposed to actually working out the relationship, taking accountability for whatever she did. So when she told me that, I just said, okay. I said, all right, well, I'm going to let you go. And, you know, good luck. And, I ain't even slander her. That's probably one of the, like, one of two or three times that I actually closed out the relationship without what the hell, you know what I mean? And it's just like, let her off, let her go. Because I know who and what I am. I'm not about to sit up here and you not only allow somebody to enter into the realm where suddenly I have to compete with somebody when it shouldn't be a competition if I'm with you, and you won't even compete for me by stepping up and making sure I'm good and working to get things back to where they were or as close as they can be. So I mean, it
Okay.
kind of go both ways sometimes. Like,
I'm
a
sure it
woman will
does,
cheat, and that's
as
why
most
we
things
look
do.
at it the way we do. Because with y'all, usually it just seems to be some emotional attachment. It might not last forever. It might not be forever. You might lose the attachment tomorrow, but
It's not like
initially,
it's just like you said it was. She likes that newness of it. She likes that courting stage, and she stays in that courting stage. That don't make it emotional.
no, yes, they do. She's sitting up there telling me, yeah, he said this and that about me, and I'm like, yeah, but who the one that used to call you Angel Girl when we first met? Oh, he said I'm this and he said I'm that. Like she literally took it upon herself to tell me that.
That's not an emotional attachment, though. An emotional attachment is like,
Let me get it in.
well, he's my peace. I feel safe with him. I'm emotionally bound by
Tosh,
him. That's not
that's wrong.
her just wanting that attention from somebody. That's the tension. That's not emotional connection. That's not
That's
Well, not
wrong. It's still wrong.
emotional cheating. That's
It's
Yeah,
still
of course
wrong.
it is.
Because
Oh,
if I did
100%
that,
it is.
if I did that as a
100%
man
it
and I
is.
got some other shit, because that's what the thing was too. Like she always be hitting me about, and this I asked you this question like last week or something. Like you see me on Twitter, like supporting women and whatnot. She feel like I'm talking to them. I'm like, hey, you can go through my DMs if you want to. I don't be on here trying to get at women in this state, that state, this state, that state. Like, yes, I might get on there support them. Like, oh yeah, and it's all basketball people. It's all people who are in the spaces where I'm trying to go to the point where I didn't apply for a job and some of them are there. Not even just women, it's men too. And it's like instead of you allowing me to rub shoulders, digital shoulders with people in network, you getting jealous because you feel like, okay, because of our distance, because of how we became, you see me like I might like compliment somebody or something like that, especially on their projects they work, and she ain't like it. So what she
Okay.
do? She sought to fill that void instead of like, no, what I ain't never hear from her. What I got to do to fix it?
Well,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
okay.
So
None of it's
yeah, yeah, exactly. I shouldn't have been
none of it's
expecting it,
right.
right? Because I'm a
But no,
man.
I'm saying
Because I'm a
that.
man.
What do you say?
Calm down.
I said I shouldn't expect it because I'm a man. Like this
Relax.
having this conversation now, and you got to
Relax. You're in a
revolt for
safe
everything.
place.
I know I can't win.
You're in a safe place,
So
Mike. You can win. You are winning right
I
now.
can't win.
You are winning right now.
No excuses win the day, but not from me. If I'm making an excuse, then it's not believed, and
You
that's why I
are
ended up
a winner, Michael.
relationshipless
You
more
didn't need
recently,
that
and
reading this trophy.
and that didn't have no cheating in it unless she cheated. And who's to say if she already talking to him?
Your calibration
Uh,
is just off.
she
But
also
we're
was
working on it. We're
she
working on
also had surgery. This is what really opened it up. She had surgery and plastered it on social media. All these dudes start hitting her up. She told me, and some of them came and visited. Some came and brought flowers. Some of them, or him anyway, uh, started calling her every day, tapping in with her every day, doing this and that every day. You opened yourself up for us to
it.
end.
Definitely did. Definitely did. And guys, just like females, they don't care if they with somebody. If they want somebody, they want them. Very point
Right.
blank dot.
Yeah.
So that's still not answering the question of why do men feel like they can stay in a state of, I'm butt hurt and behind you being a cheater, but
I don't know how
men
to
want
answer
a
that.
female to be able to, okay, I did it. It didn't mean nothing to me. That's the one thing men don't say. It didn't mean nothing to me. So why do it?
No, what the one line that I hate, I was thinking about you the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I was thinking
y'all
about
have
you. whole time.
Jesus,
Oh my gosh.
So much.
y'all had some
Why would you
horrible
think about
experiences.
me
It didn't mean nothing to me. I was thinking about you the whole
the whole
time. I still
time?
love you.
What?
Yeah, that's a lie.
That's all a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lie.
All a lie. Because for one, if you was thinking about me the whole time, ew.
Yeah.
How about you?
Two, you might would have
At least
stopped
you're
yourself if you did love me.
Y'all right? You don't want to give it to me now?
Okay?
help.
What's the
Like,
address?
like fist bump. What?
Proud of you.
It's not
Nope.
you.
It's that.
It was just
See,
something that I was.
I think that's it.
It was. I got caught
Yep.
up
Yes, I did.
accident.
I did.
It was,
Full rest.
and I
Feet all the
felt
way kicked
on
in.
duct tape,
Y'all have a good one.
stuck myself to this person, and I was almost naked. I didn't even take my socks off.
I heard that one, but not for me. One of my friends got that one. I was, oh
He
my
didn't
gosh.
take her.
And it wasn't
You
serious.
know what? I want to ask Mike if he's heard any excuses for
Yeah, what
cheating.
the
Mike, what are the female excuses you've heard for cheating, for excusing cheating?
I thought you was cheating. I mean, I had somebody cheat on me with my best friend because he lied to her. This is when I was super young, and just told her that I was cheating on her when I never was. I had went to New York because my sister. I told her I wanted to go to Parsons School of Art,
Mm-hmm.
and it's another school that's out there in New York that I wanted to go to college to. When I went, him and one of my other boys was off the. Oh yeah, Mike leaving to go see some other chick. He going to see some other chick. No, my sister stays out there with her husband, and they told me, come out here and look at these colleges because, that was during the transition period of going to college.
Okay.
And okay, so she cheated on me with my best friend.
So
I
what
didn't
was her
find out
reason? What
until
was her excuse?
I mean, I just told you. Basically, she was listening to other people.
So I thought you was cheating, so I cheated on you.
Basically,
You got any more?
um, let me see here. One of my other exes who threw a stool at my knee and messed it up for a time. Um, was she was with? Oh no, she was
Kneecaps.
lying pretty much
I
off
like
the top. Like
kneecaps.
she how do I explain it? She
What was her excuse?
introduced me. She introduced me to some people. Hold on, let me breeze through the story. She introduced me to some people. Basically, this girl is her best friend, and her best friend got a husband, and her husband got a best friend, a dude. So she told me that that was her girl. So I'm thinking that her coming over there and all of that is cool. Mind you, I'm younger still. It's
Emotions
like
make you cry
it's
sometimes.
like 08 or 09, whatever it is. Um, and yeah, her. Okay, basically one day, she used to always go over there. Oh, can I stay over here? You got to work tomorrow, and you could just come get me after. And can I? I'm doing it. So all right, whatever. You could go chill with your girl.
Mm-hmm.
Um, come to find out one day, she was at home, but she left. I came home from work, and I'm like, all right, Bumpin', I'm about to get on the computer. This is like back before smartphones really kicked in, or
Mm-hmm.
like maybe the Apple III might have been out then. But
Okay.
yeah, I opened up the computer. It's just her Facebook DM,
Okay.
and the top thread is, "Oh, I miss you. I love you.
Oh boy.
I'm coming to see you."
Busted.
Mhm.
Yeah, and she was gone. That's where she was at.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm riding around, mad, hitting her phone up. Then she finally picked up. We start arguing. That argument turned into me fooling, going to her best friend's house. I'm not knowing that the dude is there. I'm not knowing it's him. Like you to have me introduce myself, that bro up, play Madden and 2K and all of that with him,
Oh
and
no,
you
she
lying
didn't.
to me. Yeah, hold on. This ain't the bad part.
She
This
was
ain't the worst.
rolling in the other room. Like, look, I gotta play
So
games together.
yeah, yeah. So basically, long story short, I'm wilding, burning up the streets, stirring out everywhere, mad as hell, blasting my music, being crazy, and then lo and behold, I look to my left as I'm passing that house. Bro got a gun aimed at me and start shooting it.
Oh dang.
Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say.
What was her excuse?
I mean,
Was her
I don't
excuse was
remember.
like, I'm not
I don't
happy,
remember.
or,
I don't. I
I
don't
just
remember.
want
I
to
don't
move on?
remember. I don't think there was an excuse. And then she, it ain't like I actually seen the action, but like an ignorant dummy, probably simp level. I I stayed with her for like 4 more months, 4 or 5 more months,
Why?
because that happened in November. So what? December, January, February, March. Yeah, so 4 more months.
Why? Did you forgive her?
I mean, I guess I don't know.
How did you treat her?
I didn't treat her no different, but we were still getting into it about stuff.
Was it about
That's
the
just how relationships go. And
was it
then
about
one day she just like, I'm about to move to Kalamazoo with my cousin, and I was like, okay, bye. And then she got in the cab and dipped out. She was gone. That was it.
So did you guys fuss more about you not being able to trust her?
Uh-uh. No, I
So
just told her
you
like
was just
if
like you got
if
over it
you
and
trying
moved
to
on.
be, I told her if you trying to be with me, you ain't they out.
Well, clearly.
Yeah.
But did you really believe that they were going to be out? Like they was done with that relationship?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know because back then I can't think about or I can't like pull back up what type of mind state I was in then, other than being crazy driving around,
Hmm. I've
having
heard an excuse where somebody said I was trying to get your attention.
how y'all doing?
Got it all right.
I never heard that one.
I've heard that a couple of times. I was trying to get your
What you
attention.
heard?
Like, how you getting my attention by doing something that's gonna have my attention completely off you?
Right.
I'm so clingy. If anything, they're trying to get away from me.
Right, right. That's how it feels at first. But then that psychoscience of I'm gonna flip the
Hey now.
script on you and I'm gonna say
I
this
say how you too.
this is your fault because you didn't pay me enough attention. This is your fault because I was here and you were in your books, or you were in your video games, or you were paying too much close attention to the games, and I needed your
No,
attention.
I was working 2 jobs at that time because she didn't even want to work. Like she
Mhm.
had got a job, but then she quit like 3 weeks later.
That's why he's more interested in video games because
No, he cheated on me because I kept asking him why he's playing the video game so much and why he's so interested in the video game. So the
what?
last straw, like I had brought dinner in there, boom, here's your food. And I say, now can you get off the game, eat, pay attention to me? And he threw the food,
Oh,
almost
I almost got him.
whoa.
almost got me. Okay, threw the food
Oh
at
my bad.
my face, but it didn't hit me, and then got up and walked out. And
Oh
that
my.
was
Oh wow.
and cheated that night.
So for one, he did get off the game,
Yeah, he got off the game.
but not
Oh, he
to
texted me that later too. At least I got off the game.
yeah. Hell, hope you get gonorrhea and your penis falls off.
He did get
Oh
gonorrhea.
wow. What?
Well, well, I think that's I think when guys act that aggressive, you know they're doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. When they act so outlandishly out of character, you got to be doing something. Something's got to be going on.
Not necessarily. That might be
Yeah.
upbringing, result of
Oh,
upbringing.
because guys are gonna stay consistent as long as they're, consistently being loved and cherished and taken care of. When a guy starts to do something different, it's because he's doing something different. Just like you
Hmm.
said, men are builders. They like to build. They like to, make it from with their hands, their minds. They want to do stuff. When they start doing things in a different way or switching up the way they're doing things, it's most likely because they're doing something different. Like they didn't seen the female and was like, got her phone number just to see if he can get her phone number and got it. Now he wants to use it. How can I get away from this clingy chick and
Stop looking at me when you say clingy. That's me.
how can I get away from your clingy self, Kayla, and go call this girl just to see what she up to? See if she remembers who I was. Then it
Right.
turns into, well, I'm just gonna pull up on her because she says she at Wendy's. I'm gonna pull up on her and
Mm.
tell her she got a nice uniform. Then it go from I'm gonna stop coming over here and ordering fries, and I'm just gonna tell her that she is my French fry.
I mean, that go both
That's
ways
it.
though.
Let's dip in some ketchup together.
That go both ways, Todd.
Dip in the ketchup
It definitely can't go
together.
both ways.
It definitely can, 100%. All this conversation we're talking about can go both ways. I think it's a difference of forgiveness with men than it is women. And that's the whole point of what I was saying and what I was talking about. What I brought this whole podcast together for was because I wanted to hear your perspective on why so that is, but you didn't have a perspective because you can't remember. So,
No,
uh,
it's a perspective on what how I felt or what the excuse
no,
was.
why men are seem to be like, you know what, I can be butthurt as long as I want, but when I cheat on you, I want you to get over it so we can move on with our relationship.
I mean I can't all the way answer to that because literally
I said,
anytime I went outside, the relationship was already basically done. It was already on the out. Like I literally, when I think about it, like okay, yeah, I messed with this
well,
other
take
shit.
yourself out of the
Like
personal
then
realm.
it's like 2 days or a week later. Hey, yeah, we should stop. We should let each other go, or we should end this
Well,
relationship. And then it'd be like, okay, okay, and then we broke up. Like it was already over. I mean, yeah,
take the personal
it was
account
still
out and think about your own feelings and your own self right now as you speak right now as who you are now. If you were
okay,
in a serious relationship with somebody,
okay.
you guys been dating for, a year, 2 years, whatever, and you find out that your partner has cheated on you. Are you gonna forgive them because they're asking for forgiveness and want to move on with this relationship? And once you forgive somebody, you're
Uh,
supposed to go ahead and forgive them and give them that grace and move on from the situation. Or are you not gonna trust them again and make them pay for that over and over again? Or are you gonna leave the relationship because you just can't deal with that?
nowadays, probably not, considering where the world has gone from 2000 and whatever to 2025, where people are just me, individual, individual. I do what I want. You know what I mean? What the general psyche is. Maybe not with people our age, but still with people our age. You know what I mean? But back then, yeah, I did forgive. You know what I mean? I did. Like, and people would look at me like a dummy. Why did you forgive her, bro?
But why not forgive her?
I mean, but I did. So, I mean, what's the answer to that? What's the response to
You
I
said
did
the
forgive?
relationship didn't last but 2 more
The
weeks
men,
later.
the men that's gonna listen to this pod is gonna be like, that he dumb. You know what I mean? Because
How?
hey, you did it once. You
Every
don't
man
you
has a different.
look.
Every man has a
You
different
hear, you
everything.
know what it is when you
Uh,
let people do things and you accept that. You set the bar for, oh, okay, you could get away with that. I'll just forgive you. We keep moving. That people do that. Like if they know that they could do that, be like, oh baby, I'm
They
sorry, and then
can.
you stay with them, they still be on that tip.
Kayla,
So
what was you about
I
to
didn't
say?
know that then. I
difference
smartened up.
Hold on a
slightly
second. Kayla has
Yeah,
something.
I am.
be about to touch on. He said the men that listen to this podcast are going to call him stupid because he did forgive previously. So there's the difference. So men now, if a woman cheats on them, they're going to be like, "No, I'm done with this relationship. I'm walking away," or they're just going to stay in it and they're going to tit for tat it. So that's the difference between, I guess, Mike and the men that will listen to this. So in turn, something that a female in a relationship would do, that's where that difference is. Because a lot of other people aren't going to do that. They're either going to tit for tat it or they're going to walk away from it. So they wouldn't have
Yeah.
that understanding of forgiving, or even not forgiving, but trying to forget, but continue with the relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
But when it's
I mean, but if
flipped
I'm being honest,
for a woman, it's you. We want this relationship. We want to stay in this relationship.
But you're,
We're taught. We're supposed to just forget it and let's move on.
but
Don't cheat on me. Don't cheat back on me.
But it's not all just, oh no, I want this relationship. It's you're sitting there on the cuffs of everything. You're like, okay, but I want this relationship to work, but I don't want him to do this. I don't know if I should walk away or not. And then you add his guilt that he's throwing on you. Like, okay, well, I cheated because you're too heavy. I cheated on you because you're not giving me enough attention. I cheated on you for this, and then you're thinking these are all my problems. I need to work on them. They're not his problems. Let me fix me for this relationship
Yeah,
and give it another try. So it's not just, oh, the women are just, oh, I'm just going to take him back and accept the BS.
right.
No, we are guilted into coming back and thinking that it's us that needs to make this relationship work. So then we try and we try and we try, only in turn for him to cheat, because once a cheater, almost always a cheater. And then he cheats again, and then you're like, okay, now what did I do wrong? And then magically, there's another thing you did wrong. So
Magically.
you're sitting here waiting again
Yeah,
and everything.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. That is, I was gonna get on that, but it kind of faded in my brain when Mike started talking about his situation, so I dove into his situation. But that's absolutely correct. When women cheat, we don't say, well, it's because, you're eating too much, you're playing video games too much. It could potentially be, but men aren't going to feel the guilt that we feel because we're emotionally connected to this person. Men, not saying that he's not emotionally connected to his partner, but he's not going to feel those things that she's going to say. They're not how you say, like, they're not body shamed. They can't be like, oh well, you're not that cute. You should be lucky you're with me, type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
There aren't horrible women out there
Right.
that do that.
That
But there are
absolutely
horrible women
100%
too
do
that do the
that.
same thing.
That's a good another topic too, because there are tremendously too many women that think that, oh, what a man is supposed to do is just pay for their way for life, pay
Mm-hmm.
their way through life, and
Right.
you can just do whatever you want because he's gonna pay for me through life. I'm just gonna sit back and wait for you to get home from work. Then again, I might just be on my girl spending all your money, and you better come up with the rent because we got to live here. That's a whole nother podcast. I saw a
Yeah,
video
it is.
yesterday, and this guy asked her, he was like, "What are you looking for in a man?" And she was like, "A millionaire." And she was like, "Hold up, before I ask you, even if I ask you your name, what do you do for a living?" He said that he was a what did he say he was? He was I think he was uh con a contractor. He did roofs or something manual working, whatever. He was an entrepreneur doing that. And she was like, "Do you got $1 million yet?" And he was like, "No, but I plan on being well off." And she was like, "Mm-mm, don't talk to me until you're a millionaire." He said, "What do you do for a living?" She's like, what she say? I work hard. I'm working hard at working hard, or something like that. And so basically, she was unemployed. And he was like, "What are you bringing to the table?" And she was like, "I am the table."
Mm-hmm.
What, girl? Are you for real?
Women feel that way because of
That
this
is
whole body movement.
crazy.
Yeah, they feel this way because of this body
Like
movement. That's why.
you stuck,
That's why.
you so far stuck in, first of all, an old-fashioned way that men is supposed to bear all the weight of a family, for one. And then two, you're stuck in this, well, I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to do anything. I'm not taking care of the kids. I'm not being a PTA mom. You do that and go work. Because if I have these kids, it's because you want them, not me. That's crazy. That is a serious breakdown of just society grossness. That's just gross to me. Listen, everybody, I know I'm gonna go on a tangent about this. This is gonna be for another episode. Mike, I thank you so very much for joining this podcast with us.
We
Kayla,
we
thank you so
following this up
much.
with another one.
Oh
We
yeah, we're
doing
gonna do a
another one.
part two. You already know. Kayla, thank you for joining us on this podcast. And please subscribe, like, comment. Tell me what you guys are
Okay,
thinking
let me
about
let
this
me say
podcast.
something. Let me say
What did
something.
you learn?
Fellas, if she
Well, you got
cheating, cut
40
the deuces.
seconds, baby. You got 40 seconds.
If she cheating, cut the deuces, fam.
If you did what? Say it
If
one more
she
time for the
cheating,
people in the back.
I said if she cheating, do chuck the deuces.
Chunk the deuces. And we're gonna end it with
Chuck
that.
the deuces.
Chunk the deuces. And we out.